Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything you learn, whether it's over here at this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule of life. So getting into this video is going to be about some credit card news, and honestly, this credit card news anyone with a credit card doesn't want to hear, because what are the reasons why we sign up for a credit card? Pretty much, if I was to do a poll, majority of people would say they sign up for a credit card for the rewards. Some of you would say you sign up for a credit card in order to build up your credit score, and that's understandable, but I believe the majority would say they sign up for a new credit card for the rewards and the benefits that the card offers. Well, this video is going to be about some new news that put those things in danger, credit card rewards. So the way credit card news works around here is I go over the article, either I'll read through the full article or I'll post the excerpts, and then after that give my opinion. So you always want to wait to the end of the video, because I provide my opinion after I'm done reading, and then I leave the link to the article in the description box so you can read it yourself and form your own opinion. Because sometimes people are like, oh, you're pushing an agenda, you read from this news site or this news site. No, I'm reading and sharing the news with you all, but you could click on the link and read the article yourself in order to form your own opinion. But without wasting further time, let's get right into it. It reads, credit card rewards are about to vanish, and guess who's to blame? It says this isn't just about miles and points. It's about economic freedom and financial choice. And it was done by Patrick Brenner at Fox Business. It says, with summer vacations just around the corner, millions of Americans are getting ready to cash in their hard-earned credit card rewards. Points, miles, and cashback they've accumulated all year to help cover flights, hotel stays, and rising costs at the gas pump. I would know, as I'm one of them. But what if those rewards suddenly disappeared overnight? That's not a hypothetical. It's the imminent consequence of a growing political movement, mainly flying under the national radar, to regulate how credit card transactions work through a wave of state-level price control laws. It says, you read that right. State lawmakers nationwide are quietly coordinating a backdoor campaign to cap interchange fees, also known as quote-unquote swipe fees, that credit card networks collect from retailers each time you use your card. They say they're doing it to help small businesses, but the actual result will be devastating. The collapse of rewards programs, higher banking fees, and fewer financial tools for families already struggling with inflation. They're saying that credit card rewards are in danger because of swipe fees. Now, this article can be political, but we're going to read further into it. That way we'll know what angle and where they're heading with this. Because one thing that I'm going to be honest with you about, I haven't read this article before reading it right now. So this is my first time reading the article. So I'm just finding out along with you all. And I do that for a reason. Not only do I do that so I'll be able to form my opinion right here and right now during the video, I also do that to put myself in the mind frame of you all. So we're going to further read to see what's going on. It says, it's all eerily reminiscent of the Durbin Amendment, part of the 2010 Dodd-Frank Act. The federal law capped fees on debit card transactions. What followed? Bank/debit rewards programs, hiked account maintenance fees, and eliminated free checking for millions of Americans. Studies from Richmond and the Atlanta Federal Reserve found that nearly all retailers pocketed the savings. 98% didn't pass them on to consumers. Sound familiar? Politicians in over a dozen states and Washington, D.C. want to do the same thing to your credit cards. Bills have already advanced in Arizona, New Mexico, New York, and Colorado, with more on the way. These measures would limit how banks and card issuers apply fees, particularly on portions of transaction that include sales tax or tips, effectively kneecapping the revenue that funds credit card rewards. The New York Fed reports that 86% of interchange fee income directly funds these programs. Cut off that funding and they'll disappear. Now, I see where they're going. They're saying that by cutting the funding of interchange fees and swipe fees, that's going to trickle down when it comes to the rewards, and they're going to start slashing the rewards. And they mentioned how they did the same with debit cards in the past, and when they reaped the benefits of slashing the fees on the debit cards, it didn't go back to the consumer. And I talked about this type of thing before on this channel, and I've been talking about it for a while. I've been talking about, credit card rewards, they actually might be in danger because people, they always brag about, hey, they're going to slash late fees. Hey, they're going to slash this fee and that fee. Hey, they're going to cap interest. And I always say, these banks are a bank, meaning they're about profit, and banks profit off of consumers. So if you go into their pockets and you take money away from them, no matter who is to support, those banks are going to find a way to make profit because that's what they're about. And when it comes to doing that, they don't mind slashing credit card rewards and raising annual fees because they know deep down inside, yeah, some people may end up canceling their cards, but there are still going to be people who mentally feel like they need to sign up for credit cards in order to have a secondary way of spending because that's what people like to do, which is why I constantly discuss it on this channel when it comes to people going and reaching for credit cards because they look at it as an extra form of spending and an extra form of cash when it's really not. It's really like a 30-day loan, but no one really views credit cards as a 30-day loan, which is why credit card balances are so high in the trillions, and also which is why we had this big credit card debt problem in this country. But we're going to get further into the article. And don't think it will just be points and miles at risk. There are other implications and consequences. Banks and credit unions, especially smaller regional ones, will be forced to compensate for lost revenue. That means higher monthly account fees, reduced access to credit, and tougher loan standards for working families and small business owners. This isn't just bad economics, it's bad governance. These state laws amount to a shadow regulatory regime that imposes sweeping price controls on a nationwide financial system that the federal government already regulates. It raises serious constitutional questions. Do these laws violate the Commerce Clause? Does this constitute regulation of interstate commerce? Are swipe fee price controls illegal interstate compacts that require congressional approval? We're already seeing the chaos play out in Illinois. Lawmakers passed the Interchange Fee Prohibition Act, IFPA, in 2023, and now the state is tied up in a federal lawsuit. A judge has already issued a preliminary injunction exempting out-of-state banks, while Illinois banks and credit unions remain stuck under a conflicting rulebook. Plaintiffs, including the American Bankers Association and America's credit unions, are warning that the entire payments ecosystem, from merchants to processors, could break down under the pressure of this legal mess. Sound policy? Hardly. And then I'm going to leave it off right there. You could continue reading. It talks more about it. It's about a 10-minute read, 5 to 10-minute read. But this is a problem because they're actually passing these state laws, which is why I tell people you need to pay attention to the news and you need to pay attention to what's going on, because some of us, we just go by with regular everyday life. We have things to attend to. A lot of us are grown adults in our 30s and 40s and 50s and older, grown adults, and you have other things to attend to, but you want to pay attention to the news, and you also want to pay attention to what laws are being passed in your state, because it can impact you. And this is one of those laws where if it ends up being passed in your state, it could become a future problem, especially if you are a credit card holder, because we know how credit card holders are when it comes to rewards and cash back and points and miles. I really believe if you were to slash those things, a lot of people would stop giving up on credit cards. Now, some, they'll still use credit cards because, like I stated, everyone is not using credit cards for rewards and miles and things like that. But I believe that a good majority are, and slashing points and rewards will end up hurting a consumer in the long run, because that's why a lot of consumers use credit cards, other than to build their credit score and an extra form of spending. But like I stated earlier, the link to this article is in the description box. Be sure to check it out after you're done with this video. Give it a read. But before you go check it out and give it a read, I currently have an active poll on this channel. It's on the homepage of this Water Your Soil channel. Just click on my picture where it says water your soil, and it will take you to my homepage. Then after you're on my homepage, go over to the post section, and that's where you could take the poll that I currently have. It's an active poll. Be sure to participate in it. But I love posting these credit card news videos. Some people say they don't provide a solution, but it's the news. People are either going to get something from it or they're not. But I just wanted to make this video for you all to inform you, because this is something that's important. If you are a credit card holder, it possibly can impact you. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video. That's clicking on the bell and selecting all. If you're subscribed, you see that bell. Click on that bell and then select all. Also, this goes to every single one of you watching, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. That lets the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Hey, what's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.